think you're right.
You thought I wasn't gonna find a shed. Say that again?
You aren't gonna find one.
Basically, we just set out a trail camera over here. My dad's buddy, this is his place and farm. He puts out, this is woodpile area. That looks like it's from last year. I told you, them coyotes, they move them around. This is just an old cow pasture here.
Jason, all happy.
That's a nice buck, kinda. Yeah, that's from this spring. There's another one. I'm just kidding. That's how it went, though. It's hard to tell if, I walked through here, obviously. I saw that from
You probably missed it last time.
well, anyways.
Look at that eyes, little shed eyes.
Yeah, that was definitely from this past spring. It's
Yeah.
not super old.
Wow.
Those coyotes, they move them around, They don't, that shed obviously wasn't there this spring. It's been moved.
You would have not missed that. Not out in this lawn here.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Sweet. Let's freaking go. I just found a shed. I'm out here doing my food plot update video. And right here's a little hinge cut area. I never really expected anything to bed here during daytime because like I've said so many times, we only have about 4 to 5 acres and about 3 acres of cover. All the primary bedding's way farther away, but this is just all nighttime bedding close to the food. Oh my God, this is the last thing I expected. That could have fell last night. There was a ton of bucks over here last night. I shined down there and then there was probably over a dozen deer, does, bucks, everything. There was some really nice ones, but this is just a smaller one. I'll show you what it looks like here. This is awesome. So right here are my hinge cuts and stuff. I did this 2 years ago. Look at it, how much growth I'm getting. I'm gonna have to hinge those down again, otherwise it's gonna shade everything out. Anyways, just pounded with tracks through here. The food plot's right out there. All in all, we probably have about an acre total of food, but it's really getting thin. We're really running out fast here. Right there, boom. Let's go pick it up. Like I was just walking around just over here saying, if I have any spot of finding a shed, it's gonna be in a nighttime deer bed because they only feed for a half hour. Like I shine them from the house like multiple times a night. They're down there, then they're gone. Like they only are feeding for 20 minutes and then they're gone. So they're probably bedding when I can't see them. But let's go pick it up. That is awesome. See these really big deer beds right here? Wow. That's not even it. Well, that's probably his bed right there. Like I said, this is some pretty hard, crusty snow. They're not really gonna melt it. Awesome. I'm gonna get some pictures, or I'll just get some. Wow. Honestly, I don't really recall. I'm sure I have pictures of them, but I was really paying more attention to the bigger bucks. Wow, that's an awesome base on there. That's really, really flat. Bloody. Wow. Tight curled kind of to them. I can guarantee you I have pictures of them. I just can't really recall which buck this is. I know there's a lot of them, but wow, that is insane. Cool, fat, like triangular brow tine. Holy smokes. Oh, that is awesome. I've waited all year long to pick up another shed in our backyard. I mean, our house is probably 150 yards from here. Like I said, an acre of food just pulls them in from all over the place. Didn't expect to find that. I was just coming out here to do a update of the plots, and wow. All right, I'm out here checking up on one of our food plots. I'm gonna try and get in and out of here really quick, but I don't really care if I spook any deer. There's a lot of does in this area. Look at all this deer sign. This is about 3/4 of an acre of soybeans and a half acre of corn over there. That corn's been gone for a while. These beans here, all those have been gone on the far side, but honest to God, a week and a half ago or so, half this field was still here. Especially the stuff closest to the deer blind, all this was just full. And all of these pods and plants are just ripped up, snapped off. I hunted out of here would have been late January, and I saw 17 does come out. And that's what causes a field like this to disappear in 2 weeks. You're never gonna believe this. Been zigzagging back and around in here. This is the most deer sign I've ever seen on our property. And I just found a shed. It's been multiple years since we found a shed in this field. We've had it into a food plot for the last probably 2-3 years. And we found one shed in here. Cole found a shed the first year we started looking for sheds. And then Cole found a shed in here the second year we were looking for sheds. I found a shed in here just in this brush behind me the first year, but the past 2 years when we've had food here, we haven't found any sheds because usually the does take over this side of our property. But I'm thinking everything was here the last couple nights because as cold as what it's been, it's getting to the prime shed drop time of the year, and they're starting to pop off really quick now with all these cold temperatures. It's like 10 degrees out right now. I'll show you what the shed looks like. This is awesome. So right there it is. Looks like a pretty good one. I don't even recognize the buck. I probably have pictures of him, but I don't really recognize it. So as you can see, I just walked in over there and I did like a little loop. I zigzagged back and forth, and then I walked up along that edge. I cut it through the corn and then walked up along my tree tubes there, because that's where a lot of nighttime deer bedding is, and back in this little fence row here. And then I came back and I walked through the corn again, and I got right here and I looked over in this direction as I was gonna head right out and then leave, and boom, I almost walked right by it. I mean, look at this. Everything is packed down. It's like solid ice. Every single square foot of this food plot has a deer track on it. It's just unbelievable. There's so many deer out here. Look at that. I got a trail camera right there. That's awesome. Cole found both of his sheds up on that grassy, like the food plot stops right there, and it's a little bit of switchgrass we tried planting, but they bed there at night. So that's where Cole found his sheds. And this is pretty close, but this deer was obviously just feeding right here. And we have another food plot out that way that's just completely gone too. So I'm gonna look in that one a little bit on my way out. I'm gonna come back here probably this weekend and look a little bit harder for sheds now that stuff's starting to drop. But I gotta get out of here. I don't want to spook away all these deer, but oh my god, it's awesome. Look at that thing. This is the first shed I found of the year while actually looking. Well, I guess I really wasn't looking. I came out here just to check on how many beans were left. I didn't expect to find anything, really. Not really any blood, so I don't know how long ago, but sometimes they don't really bleed too much when they drop, but it looks really, really similar to a buck shed I found last year, but it's not the same buck, I don't think, because that buck was a 10-pointer this year, and he kind of disappeared after rut. This is probably just a 2-year-old, really nice 2-year-old. You know, like I said, we've been planting food plots for only about 3 years here with heavy winter food. This is the most deer sign I've ever seen in one of our food plots. And after a couple years of planting food plots like this, I have noticed bigger 1.5-year-old bucks and bigger 2.5-year-old bucks. But once they get about to 3 or 4, it just kind of goes by how good are their genetics. But I have noticed bigger 1-year-olds and bigger 2-year-olds ever since we started planting all this winter food. You know, just giving them all this food just benefits them and gives them a good head start into next year. So we're pretty much out of food now, but right now is pretty much prime shed drop, especially as cold as what it is. Awesome. Hopefully I can find another one on the way out. I doubt it though. All right, shed season is here. Let's go. I just found my first one of the year while actually shed hunting. This is my second walk of the year. It's like 5 degrees out right now, and with a wind chill, it's like -8. I just looked, and anyways, just kind of getting down on myself. I probably am about 4 to 5 miles in to the walk right now, and my legs are getting tired, and I just figured I'll swing back this way because I remember on this is like a south-facing slope. It's not really a slope, but it's just a south-facing side of this woods. And I remember there was tons of deer bedding here last year when me and Cole were here. We didn't find anything here, but I could tell there was tons of deer beds. And then on the other woods, that's where we found those 4, all right next to each other within 20 yards. And last year all the snow was melted off here, and this year no snow was melted because it's so cold and we got almost a foot of snow. But anyways, I just kind of remember that this was a good spot. So I swing back over here and I see a really fresh deer bed right there, probably from last night, because we got like a ½ inch of snow last night. And I can see a shed, looks like a 2-year-old sitting right up there. Deer bed, and like I said, all this was all melted off last year, and I'm looking at the deer bed and then I look up and boom, right there. So let's go pick it up. That's a good sign. I was getting kind of down on myself. I'm like at least 4 miles in, and 4 miles walking in this deep snow is tough. Right in a deer bed, look at that. You can see his bed right there. Who knows how fresh this is. I'm gonna get some pictures. All right, here we go. Oh man, that could have fell last night. Because like I said, we got a ½ inch of snow, and it was definitely a deer laying in this bed last night. And look at that blood on there, man. That, there's a really good chance that fell last night. Wow, that is awesome. That's kind of a sweet little buck. Kind of just got a weird looking main beam. Just kind of, I don't know, whatever, that's awesome. Look at that. That's one of the sheds I found with the most blood ever on it, I think. You know, sometimes certain bucks bleed more or whatever. Because that one other shed I found in our backyard, that was like 1 or 2 nights, and that had just a few little specks of blood on there. This one's got a lot more. Right in his deer bed. That could have fell this morning, could have fell last night. Who knows? It's probably only been on the ground for maybe 12 hours. Wow. Dang. If I would have came, you know, 1 or 2 days later, 1 or 2 days earlier, I probably wouldn't have found that. Well, I'm sure that was another buck over here, because I don't think he would have used 2 different beds, but maybe. Anyways, we'll see what else is in here. I'll be happy if I just end up with this. That's awesome.